I love that frequency. It's always good to start the morning with a connection to God and the universe and welcoming the energy into my body. Good morning. Coach Rick here. I'm very thankful to have been given the opportunity and the resource to be able to bring messages to you at this early morning on Wednesday morning, June 24th, 2020. Love. Just the word itself should bring warmth to your heart. And if it doesn't, then you have work to do. We all have work to do. Hope, honesty, omnipotence, pure love, and essence is derived from 4 universal laws that we were created to be able to live within, that are given to us as basics for how to live in harmony, to prosper and to create value and deliver value amongst the tribe of humanity on our planet, to be able to move forward in our evolution toward consciousness and toward our movement toward being spiritual beings and being creators in our own right, in our own being, ultimately to do the things that our Creator has done as He has created us in His image to create and to deliver value to the fabric of existence. Love, in the purest sense, is simply the embracing of the existence of others and having a warmth and a non-judgmental, non-expectation of reciprocity, of giving, caring, and nurturing, and growth, and protection of all that is around us. In order for us to be able to exist, in order for us to be able to live in harmony, in order to be able to have wealth and prosperity, in order for us to have peace, we must accept one another for our differences. God created us with differences for us to be able to learn what it means to love one another with all our differences, with all of our likenesses. There are tribes around the world of different peoples with different cultures who live together and learn together. And as we evolve in our thinking and our abilities, we intermingle, we come to love one another, and we reproduce with interchanging of cultures to create more cultures. When you think about what we call mixed races now, interracial marriages and cultural blending, those things are great movements toward a blending of our differences to create new races. When you think about that, think back in history and think about how yellow people became yellow, how brown people became brown, how white people became white. And when you think about the basic colors in the rainbow, there's red, there's yellow, there's green, and there's blue, and then there's white and there's black. We're the blue people. Come to think of that, we're the blue people, we're the green people. We have yellow people, we have red people. We have white people, we have black people. But when you look at a rainbow, you don't see black and white. You see red, you see yellow, you see green, and you see blue. But we also see, in humanity, we see orange people. There's a blending now. There's now brown people who are perhaps an intermingling of white and black to make brown. Anyway, the point is that pure love sees no colors. Pure love is the catalyst for us to become more like God. Man's a highly intellectual mind, but our mind easily slips back into automatically functioning into a bicameral modality from 1,000 years ago. But we've evolved, and we continue to evolve. We are intellectual, intelligent beings. We were granted with free will. We were granted with omnipotence, godlike power. Look around and you can see that we have omnipotent power granted to us in our design with a purpose, to be more godlike. I've been recently asked to help someone understand how to accept love into their heart and then be able to have intercourse with another human being, and how to feel secure in that ability with another human being. This is one of the most pure and loving things that two humans can do together. We have, in our evolution, not only have we begun to grow in our workings together and across cultures, but we have also, to a large degree,
of intercourse between two humans. We've moved from the meeting of two humans with a connection and then a chemistry and then a bonding and then a reproduction into making babies as a natural course to a more redefined act of sexual intercourse to be a thing of pleasure, a stress reliever. We've moved away from the act of intercourse as a beautiful thing between man and woman to reproduce the species in a loving relationship to a more perverted act to release tensions, to feed this thing in our mind that we have taken to other directions of what sex means in the purest, from the purest sense to a different meaning altogether. So in the purest sense of love between a man and a woman, the idea of intercourse should be a beautiful thing. Love. Even though the sexual act of intercourse between a man and a woman is for procreation, there are other sexual acts that people engage in that come from the purest sense of love between two human beings. So let me back that up a little bit and rephrase that by saying that without being judgmental, pure love comes from the heart. Pure love comes from the idea of no reciprocity in giving my love to you. However, in the sense of a relationship between two individuals, the act of giving oneself to someone else, there is a trust factor there. When you are opening yourself up, that act is an act of trust. That act is an act of honesty with yourself, and the person coming to you is acting in a sense of honesty as well. It's a very difficult environment that we live in right now. From a hope perspective, in what it is that we're learning about ourselves and about others. When you meet someone and you feel an attraction toward them, I can only hope that there is an honesty assessment that we're doing inside of ourselves with our honesty navigation system, from both the coming at and the receiving end of this thing, that says, this is why I'm approaching this person. Understand that our society has a lot wrong with the sexual piece of love, anti-love in it right now. So if we, as the receivers of someone, can step back and honestly assess what it is that we're feeling, and at the same time the person coming at you would hopefully be doing an honesty assessment as well about why they're coming at you. That's the first step. But as the person receiving, my friend who I am talking to right now, who asked me to come at this topic, the person who is coming at you, you must be honest about the fact that they may not be coming at you from a pure love perspective. They may be only coming at you for a momentary release, for a moment of stress relief or whatever, or a perverted view of you. So step back, honestly assess why, first of all, why you're there. And then secondly, assess why that person may be coming at you. The days of sex, drugs, and rock and roll need to be left behind. The 60s, 70s, and 80s were a time of those liberal, if you will, petal opening time of liberation where everything was okay, everything was just do what you want to do, however you want to do it. And while that brought about a lot of liberation for people coming out of the closet, people doing the things they needed to do to realize who they were and what they were here on this planet in this life to learn, all that's okay. But now it's time for us to stop maligning the true love act and to realize that people might be coming at you for a perverted reason rather than a loving reason. It's time for us to honestly assess where we are when we're going at someone or someone's coming at you. They may be wanting to start a relationship with you, that's fine. And you may be feeling kind of okay with that, but just understand that we live in some very, very troubling times as humans right now. So, unless you want to be burned, unless you want to be hurt, unless you want to take that risk, give it time. Time is your friend. I was talking to a friend of mine last night about the pain they were feeling and about how there's things that have happened where they may not be able to find someone that they love again in this lifetime. Well, you don't know that. That's one of the messages, is that you don't know that you're not going to find someone that you love. Because if you exercise hope, if you're honest about where you are and where you want to go, if you're omnipotent in your power and you know that you believe in that power and you operate with pure love in your heart and you connect with your essence, if you are meant to, in your life plan, find someone, then you will. On the other hand, if you're meant to experience this life possibly without having a soulmate, a person that you're meant to spend your life with, perhaps you won't. That's nothing to fear. It's part of your essence. It's part of what you're supposed to do here. But to get back to the love piece of this thing, the sexual act is supposed to be about love. It's supposed to be about a relationship. Something that we have seemed to get away from it to a large degree, to where sex is a release more than a love act. A lot of people think that's okay. I don't particularly agree with that. I don't, there are reasons for orgasm, reaching that pinnacle of love between two people. There's a lot of science and research that's gone into that orgasmic act, that orgasmic release that happens. It brings us to that moment of ecstasy that's godlike in its power. And when two people experience that together, it is an amazing thing that unites two people with their creator in creating a baby. But the thing that we need to understand is that trust between two individuals is something that comes possibly with time. Some people are lucky and it happens really quick. Some people, though, it takes time to evolve into that. So, for me, what I'm saying to you this morning is honestly assess where you are in searching for that relationship with someone. If you're okay with just going and having sex with people without any expectation of anything in return, then that's on you. But you might want to honestly assess why that is that you're doing that. It's okay. It's your life. You do what you feel like you need to do with your life. But I would ask that you honestly assess who it is you're coming at to have sex with, to see if there's something maybe you're doing to hurt that person. And maybe you don't realize what you're doing to hurt that person. Not everybody's out here just to have sex. Not everybody just wants to have sex whenever they want with whoever they want. There are people out here who are honestly looking for a relationship, a caring, loving relationship with someone they can trust. And the sex can come later with that. So you may want sex so bad, I mean, we all do that. We all want to have that feeling of ecstasy that comes with having an orgasm and having sex with a person. But the wonderful intertwining of two people together should come from a building of a relationship to get to that point. Don't rush it, is what I'm saying to you. Don't rush it. If someone's coming at you, honestly assess why. You honestly assess why you're there. Honestly assess what you think they may be doing, and maybe ask them, why are you here? Honestly, tell me what you think you're going to do here. And if they say, I'm not real sure, I'm just trying to build a relationship with you, say, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to have sex with you until you know what you want to do here. The best gift that you can give to someone is your sex. Between two people, building a relationship, it's not about money, it's not about a house, it's not about a car, it's not about a job, it's not about anything. It's about two people coming together in an intertwined relationship to last a lifetime eventually, hopefully. And the sex should be something that is a gift. And it is a trusting gift. What do you think is one of the most damning things to a relationship that's been built in trust that causes it to fall apart? Cheating, right? When you are in a relationship with someone, you go out and you cheat on them, that trust bond is broken, probably forever. They may continue to go on, I mean, I've been in relationships before where that trust bond is completely broken by one or the other cheating on the other one. So what I'm saying is this: honestly assess it, right? Connect with your godlike power and your omnipotence and realize that you have the free will and the power to control a relationship in your own right. You do not need to feel like the submissive one in a relationship. You can take control. Don't allow yourself to be hurt. Take control. You have responsibility for what's going on in a relationship that you're beginning to be part of. Don't just give in. Fight that urge until you're sure. Look, everybody's going to get hurt from time to time. Sometimes you just, you're overwhelmed by whoever that is. Maybe they really look good. Maybe they really speak a good game, and you fall for it, and then they drop you. But with hope, it is my belief that if you honestly assess and you really look at it with honesty, then you're going to, as you go through the hope formula, you're going to be able to see things for what they really are. Keep in mind that there are times you're going to get into relationships where you're going to just stay there because you don't want to hurt that person, or because you understand why you're in that relationship, and you'll stick with it. But that's a choice you make with your omnipotent power, with your honesty. You're going to honestly assess why you are where you are and make decisions based on your hope, based on your honesty, omnipotence, pure love, and your essence. You're going to do what you got to do. You're going to make decisions. You're going to live with them. You're going to change them. You're going to do what you got to do to get where you need to be in your life. So, pure love is the catalyst for all of us to move forward as a humanity, to live in peace and harmony. At some point, we're going to get to that place where we're not killing each other, where we're not destroying each other, where we're going to be living together in peace and harmony, if we can ever come to that point. We can get there. I know we can. But for the people who are wondering about what to do with a sexual relationship, it's on you. It's on you to assess what it is you're getting into, to read that person. And until you can read that person and really understand and feel the trust in here for that person, don't take the risk. You're always going to be taking some risk. But when you're doing the hope formula and you're opening up and you're allowing yourself to feel honest with yourself, once you're starting to do those things, you can start to open yourself up to love, and pure love comes at you. The other piece of this thing, when I wrap this up, is that when you are strong in your omnipotence, in your power, then you are strong enough to withstand the onslaught of someone coming at you, or someone who has come at you that you have brought into your life and then they walk away or whatever. You'll be strong enough to withstand that. As I was saying to a friend of mine last night, we just went through some honesty assessment stuff. You look yourself in the mirror. You may not like completely what you see, but you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, okay, I'm looking at myself. I understand what I'm seeing, and this is what I got to do. When you're doing that, it's a lot easier for you to deal with what's going on around you and what you're walking into. So keep that in mind. You are a powerful being. You have taken control. And so know in your heart that you are a hope individual. You're living with honesty, omnipotence, pure love, and essence in your life. And that when people are coming at you, first thing, here's another thing. As you start to emanate, as you start to have an aura of strength from hope around you, people are going to notice that. So keep that in mind too. When you start walking into a room with the hope around you, people are going to notice you. People are going to start wondering, what's up with that person? And you're going to draw people toward you. And hopefully you're going to be drawing people toward you who are going to want to know about you. So you're going to have two things. You're going to have to have a little bit of a guard up, but you're also going to need to be open up to receive people who are like you, like-minded like you. Therefore, it'll be easier for you to emanate and deliver your pure love to that person in exchange. You know, a loving exchange between two people. Take your time. Know it's there. Know that there's people out there like you. And don't rush into it. That's the primary thing. Don't rush into it. Assess it. And then love will come. Thank you. Have a good day. Love you guys.